Microsoft, a very profitable company, is doing a major round of layoffs this week with over 9,000 people company-wide losing their jobs. The Xbox division has been hit particularly hard though, with multiple game cancellations, a studio closure, and lots of lost jobs across many of Xbox's first-party studios. Everwild from Rare, Perfect Dark from The Initiative, an unannounced MMO from ZeniMax Online, and other projects were all cancelled. The Initiative, which was supposed to be Xbox's shiny quadruple A studio, has been completely closed. Layoffs affected too many Xbox studios to name here, but Turn 10 in particular was hit very hard, with reportedly 50% of the studio let go. The memo that was sent out by Xbox's CEO, Phil Spencer, was rather ghoulish in how it was written. Not surprisingly ghoulish, because I could copy-paste it next to the many other game industry layoff statements, and they'd sound exactly the same. Most of it's the usual corporate hoopla about shifting strategies and realigning resources without actually saying anything that makes the layoffs make sense. Oh, wait. No, there is an explanation here for why the layoffs are happening. I recognize that these changes come at a time when we have more players, games, and gaming hours than ever before. Our platform, hardware, and game roadmap have never looked stronger. The success we're seeing currently is based on tough decisions we made previously. We must make choices now for continued success in future years, and a key part of that strategy is the discipline to prioritize the strongest opportunities. So, I want to take a moment and analyze this statement more closely, just to make sure I read it right. Eric, the editor, can also help me with this by zooming in on the text to make it really clear for you. At a time when we have more players, games, and gaming hours than ever before, our platform, hardware, and game roadmap have never looked stronger. For fuck's sake, can you just for once say we're laying you off so that the company's balance sheet looks even prettier? Stop treating people like they're idiots and just state plainly why they're being let go. Quarter 2 just ended, you have shareholders to report to, and now you've got savings to show them and shitty AI investments to make. The people in charge of making these decisions can't even get on the calls to express their crocodile tears to your face, and in the next breath start blabbering on about prioritizing the strongest opportunities. And what are those opportunities, Mr. Spencer? Is it Halo? Is it Gears of War? Is it Forza Motorsport? Is it Fable? Is it new IPs? Is it hardware? Is it Games Pass? What is the goal for the people working at Xbox to achieve? Because a good game doesn't equal success these days, does it? Supposedly, selling copies of games isn't successful either. Is driving more and more subscribers to Game Pass the goal? Is it driving people to the Xbox ecosystem? Is it building strong and talented studios? What is it? What actually makes Xbox built for future success? None of Xbox's first-party titles have set the world on fire in a long time now. Hellblade 2, South of Midnight, Avowed, etc. All solid games in their own right, but not massive hits, and people are catching on that highlighting player counts is a worrying sign of feigning success. Even Doom: The Dark Ages has clearly not performed to expectations after a cursory glance at the Steam review counts, which are worryingly low. Studios and gamers alike have been sold on the idea that driving subs to Game Pass is the ultimate goal, and that Xbox has the resources to support the studios they own. But for every bit of good news that Xbox puts out, it seems like bad news is just around the corner, while at the same time, executives are gloating about record growth. Phil Spencer is paid $10 million a year, by the way. And look, I understand some games just don't work out. Everwild has been in development limbo for a long time. Not particularly surprised by its cancellation. Perfect Dark has also had plenty of reporting around its development troubles, with the initiative having lost a lot of its talent over the years due to mismanagement and lack of vision for the project. But if these projects were in such troubled states that they need to be cancelled, why is Phil Spencer going on podcasts as recent as 5 months ago to gas up Rare and the progress they've been making on Everwild? Why continually give interview quotes talking about how this is the most exciting Xbox lineup ever? Why are so many projects at Xbox constantly struggling in development and taking 5+ years to make?
Yeah,
Nice.
well done.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Look at that.
From the outside looking in, Xbox just doesn't feel like it has a clear vision, management, or path. I think that's evident by just how many of their studio leaders have departed over the years, and Xbox's inability to build internal studios and keep those teams together. Xbox, For all its bluster about wanting to bring games to you everywhere, whether that's the PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, or the cloud, isn't doing it because they want to. It's clear they have to at this point to keep the Xbox brand in business as they transition to a third-party publisher. It's just been prettied up by a lot of positive corporate spin to make it sound better for Xbox as a brand. If you've made all this investment into studios, purchasing Activision and Bethesda, and have now had to lay off thousands upon thousands of employees, and even close a number of those studios, something isn't adding up, and Xbox's management isn't being forthcoming about it. When are we going to get answers as to how these layoffs were justified? How are you going to keep coming out on stage to announce new projects, highlight your development teams as important, and then a few months later send them a faceless email telling them they no longer have a job? Why would anyone want to go work at Xbox these days, knowing the plug could be pulled at any minute on their studio or projects? I look no further than Tango Softworks and Hi-Fi Rush when I think about that question, and all the praise and admiration from leadership at Xbox to just have their studio shut down for it. That's not right, and not a good working environment for creative people. I've spent a huge portion of this script just asking questions because that's all that comes to my mind when it comes to Xbox. Is Fable coming out? Where's Contraband? Is Compulsion Games going to make another game after South of Midnight? Is Ninja Theory after Hellblade 2? Are there going to be any further improvements to Starfield? Is Game Pass actually working as it should be? If I have this many questions, I can only imagine what it's like for people working under the Xbox banner at any given time. It's no wonder we don't have any live showcases from any of the major publishers with their leadership getting up on stage with actual audiences in the background anymore. They'd be booed off the stage, and deservedly so. I'll wrap this video up with a nice word salad for you from Phil Spencer. To position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end/decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. And the translation of that, for those of you who didn't go to business school,